In this video, we'll be working on fraction problem solving. We'll focus on area models, and we'll do problems that require unitizing and partitioning. When we partition, we're breaking into equal parts. When we unitize, we treat an object or collection of objects as a unit or a whole. Let's do some examples using virtual pattern blocks for our area models. In our first example, we're going to put 3 hexagons together, and we're going to consider this one whole. For this problem, let's show 5/6 of a whole. In order to do this, we need to reimagine our one whole in terms of sixths. One whole is equivalent to 6/6. I know that I can put 2 trapezoids on a hexagon, so I can break the hexagon into 2 equal parts. Since I have 3 hexagons, I'll just repeat this, and that'll give me a total of 6 equal parts. I have 6 parts, each worth 1/6 of a whole. In order to show 5/6 of the whole, I need 5 parts, each worth 1/6 of the whole. Let's try another one. In this problem, the hexagon represents 3/4 of a whole, and our task is to show one whole. So let's think about what this means. 3/4 of a whole means 3 parts, each worth 1/4 of a whole. Remember that the numerator tells how many, and the denominator names the part. It tells the size of the part. So our task is to divide or partition the hexagon into 3 parts, and then we'll name each of them 1/4. We know that the blue rhombus fits onto the hexagon if I can put 3 of them on. So I have 3 parts, 1, 2, 3 of the blue rhombuses, and I'm going to name each of them a 4th. To solve the problem and get the final answer, we need one whole. Well, we're going to write an equivalent fraction for 1. So 1 is otherwise known as 4/4. 4 parts, each worth 1/4 of a whole. So we need to have 4 blue rhombuses. Again, the numerator is how many, and the denominator is the size or the name right here. So we have 4 parts, and each of those are named 1/4 of a whole. In this problem, the area of our design represents 5/2 of a whole, and our task is to show one whole. So let's examine what this means. This design is 5 parts, each worth 1/2 of a whole. We can see that we're going to need to show 5 equal parts, and we'll name them each half of a whole. When we're working with pattern blocks, one strategy is to represent everything with green triangles. The goal is to have equal size parts, and right now I have all green triangles, and I can count them up. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 equal parts right now, but I only need 5 equal parts, so I know that I can circle every 2 triangles and I'll end up with 5 equal parts. So my parts are equal. They're all the same size. They're all comprised of two triangles. And I know that the 5 parts each have the value of half of a whole. So 5 parts, each worth half of a whole. If my job is to show one whole, well, 1 can also be written as 2 halves. So I need 2 parts, each worth half of a whole. So we have our 1 whole. Key here is understanding that we need to partition the shape that we're given into equal size parts. And in this case, the number of parts was 5, so we needed 5 equal parts.